Hey guys, on today's video we're going to do a build setup for our Brazilian White Knee Acanthoscurria geniculata. I definitely butchered that Latin, so don't hate me in the comments. Yes, I pre-cautered prior to the video out of our old setup, but this is a Zoomed 6-gallon enclosure that we're going to be using. I really like these tanks due to the height that they have. They're rather small or shallow in comparison to like a 10-gallon or something like that. So first and foremost, this is our tropical biomix for a substrate. I'm going to add a good amount of that because this species, as much as they don't burrow too heavily, they still will take to a burrow given opportunity. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a couple cups of that, sort of build it up in this one corner here. We have these 2 pieces of cork that I've already kind of selected. And we're going to shoot for something that'll give her security, but also make it open so that we can still see her. Because I want to bring this animal to the shows to have on the table on display so people can understand, overcome their fears of these animals when it comes to them being scary and gonna bite you or eat you or anything like that. Meanwhile, they're just wanting to go about their life, kind of like us at the end of the day. So I ran out of soil. We're gonna grab some more from our big bin and add that in there. This is going to be bioactive, so we're going to have some plants introduced. I'm not really sure what we're going to add yet. I have a peperomia over, a couple of peperomias and a rabbit's foot fern that I have picked out sort of for this enclosure, but I don't really know if that's the route that I'm going to go or not. Just want to get a little bit of the hardscaping and things in prior. But I think we will go with the rabbit's foot. So we're just going to take it out of the big pot here. No, I'm not going to put this whole thing in, so I'm just going to take it, and as you can see, it's very root bound, and split this root ball right down the middle. Just pulling at it. Roots are like hair, they'll regrow. And we have 2 nice giant chunks now, and a hell of a mess. There are some little small ones like this guy that I'm going to take off as well, because they sprout off these little tubers or rhizome along the surface. But I really like this plant because of how hardy it is. I'm going to go down there for now. Very hardy plant, very easygoing, and will fit our tropical, subtropical theme that we're going for the Brazilian White Knee here. White well. I'm just going to take it kind of behind this cork, dig it out a little bit, plant it right in there, ball some substrate up around it, and just sort of, I want it to stay low-ish, but not too low. I'm going to take this little cutting that snapped off for us, and I'm going to put him right on top of the cork here. Because as much as he may not like it, they will root into the cork bark eventually for us. And I kind of like how that gives the natural look of it overgrowing the burrow that we've created for them. Little leaf ends like this I can usually just toss in. They'll probably wilt and die, wither and die away, but that's perfectly fine. I don't mind at all. I got this weird nut botanic piece that I picked out as well, just for something different for the microfauna. Probably just going to use lilac springtails in this one, but we've also picked out some bamboo leaves because they give more of a palm feel, in my opinion, or banana feel, but they look very tropical to me. So we're just going to kind of lay some of these down, not an overabundance of them, because after all, there's a spider and I still want to see her. And just kind of let them fall into place. I'm probably going to end up cutting some of these with scissors because they are very sharp to try and rip with my hand, which I don't want to do. but hopefully with time they will sort of fall better and lay down more naturally than the straw-like behavior that they're giving me currently, which is kind of driving me insane. So we're gonna try and spray them with a mister that I have down below me to try and get them to settle a little bit and water our rabbit's foot, which is extremely dry, as you can see by me pulling it out of the pot. Just gonna soak kind of everything down, give it a good watering. These animals don't need an abundance of humidity, even though they are from Brazil. So you can keep them at room humidity and temperature perfectly fine without overly being concerned about it. It's more so for the plants and, like I said, trying to get these leaves to lie a little bit more naturally on the surface of the ground for me, because they're kind of looking like straw a little bit now. But that is an extremely basic rundown on it. You don't have to do anything crazy for it to look good. Everybody always asks how we do our setups, and it's just have some confidence and make sure you enjoy it at the end of the day, because that's who matters most. You and your animal. Make sure your animal's going to be able to enjoy all the little nooks and crannies you've built for it, and give it some natural homes to try and be able to watch some natural behaviors from the animal living in this new beautiful home that you've created for it. So I went against my better judgment. I'm gonna end up with paper cuts from ripping this bamboo leaves. Don't recommend this at home. I just wanted to add a couple smaller pieces to the top dressing. And yes, I could add some more other plants to it and things like that, but honestly, once everything sort of settles, I have a feeling once the animal gets in there, gets to web things up, it's going to look much more natural and somewhere where I want to live. So we're going to get our girl out of our cup here. Hopefully she's not too grumpy from sitting in here, but she's only been in here about 5 minutes prior to this shooting. So there shouldn't be anything overly to worry about. Get our trusted paintbrush here. And we're gonna let her go in. She seems happy. And she's kicking some hairs at me, so she's not very happy. Let her go up and cup that in. Don't eat all of it. Hopefully, in theory, she's going to make her little burrow inside of that cork tunnel that we've given her now. The rabbit's foot will grow over it and give her more of a closed off space, hopefully, making her feel more secure. And in a few days after she's settled in, we're going to add some lilac springtails to it for a cleanup crew. Because they are terrestrial, I don't like using or recommending isopods for them typically, due to the controversy. But the springtails will be perfectly fine, and they'll help keep down the mold and things like that for us. But thanks for watching, guys. Look out for the next video.